Wait, we didn't talk
What?
about this part. Yeah.
That was good. He's like, let's not be so hasty here.
I understand that Ari Daivari is supposed to be this trust fund baby kind of thing, the trust busters. He has all the money in the world. And I also will empathize that he was about to go into a match with Wardlow. However, the thing that I will say about Ari Daivari from just an aesthetic standpoint is when you see MJF, that looks like money. Now you could say it's fake jewelry, all this stuff, right? But it looks like money. There's nothing that says money about Ari Daivari except for this, stereotypical butler that just stands next to him. So be a little bit more flamboyant with your presentation. If you're going to say, I'm a trust fund baby, I got money, check me out here, money, you want to hook this, like it didn't look that way.
It didn't. Yeah. Again, I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, well, he's got a butler, but yet again, and he looks like every
Looks
other
like
wrestler.
anyone.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the part. And I understand with this one specifically, I'm splitting hairs because he went right into a match, but everything other than this segment, I've seen him still presented the same way. And that's what my critique is. However, Wardlow comes out. Of course, he says no to the offer of the butler. And as he walks out, Samoa Joe's sitting there waiting for him. He's like, hey, pal, let's go out there together. And this, Tim, got me the most excited. We had some great promos. The MJF promo, 12 out of 10. We'll talk about the other great promos of the night. But this part, after Wardlow does his Powerbomb Symphony, calls out Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs walks out and he's like, I'll kick your ass. What's up, motherfucker? And Wardlow gets a little bit too big for his britches and says, like, you want this championship? Well, I have this championship. And I'm going to take all the championships. Which then Samoa Joe looks at his belt and he's like, think you're going to take this? Splitting hairs again. This is all I'll say. This is why Ring of Honor needs their own television show. Because it wasn't as if Wardlow says, and then I'm going to win the Intercontinental Championship and the Universal title. Like, I think the comment was specifically about AEW, and Samoa Joe has a Ring of Honor championship. Again, splitting hairs. Nonetheless, that pisses off Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe then bashes him in the head and chokes him out. Meanwhile, Powerhouse Hobbs sitting there dumbfounded, still looking at the ring. He's like, well, I'll kick your ass too. So I liked it was like Powerhouse Hobbs had nothing to do with this. This was just Samoa Joe snapping on Wardlow. And Powerhouse Hobbs is like, no,
that was a nice touch. Suddenly they weren't best friends. Powerhouse Hobbs was just like, oh, yeah, it's great. I get it. Nobody likes him.
Right. Yeah, no, totally understand. Yeah. If I was as close as you were, Tim, I would have done the same thing.
I would have punched him in the back of the head, too. Yeah. I got a little bit more respect for you, but we're not friends.
Yeah, so I liked that. It wasn't then Powerhouse Hobbs, slides under the ring and then they're putting the boots to Wardlow and they do a double team move and then they, hand in hand leave the ring. But it looks like, Tim, we're going to get 3 big, meaty men slapping
some meat. Yeah.
At Full Gear.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe.
Nice.
Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. What?
Yeah. I like, too, that Samoa Joe, this wasn't planned. This was just Wardlow opened his big, dumb mouth and finally said something that annoyed me enough. He said he was going to take my title, and that's a terrible crime. It's not the worst crime. The worst crime
you can commit is dick riding without a license.
But, I mean, he didn't do that, but this was still an ass-beating worthy offense, apparently, of saying you were going to take his title. Like, you saying you're going to take my title, that means I got to beat the shit out of you. So I like it. And I like where we're going to get 3 big men just pounding, slapping the meat, just all up against each other, just whap, whap, whap.
And here's the fun part. We could run this back at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view a couple weeks later, because then we could say Samoa Joe's, what he has a TV championship. We're going for Samoa Joe's TV championship. Yeah. Let's do this shit again.
TV championship. Like what TV station? TBS?
One of them? True Network? I don't know. Discovery? Something? Yeah. You guys own them fucking.
Have you heard of SpanishAnnounceTable.net? Hey, we'll host it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the videos. I'll put it up on the stream, Tony.
Exactly.
We'll talk.
Yep.
We'll do it.
100%. So after that, like I